I'm going to show you how to use the 16 to 18 business planning calculator. Right, it's a spreadsheet, and what you'll see in front of you, hopefully you'll see this on screen now, are some grey boxes and some yellow boxes. It's actually the yellow boxes that you will be completing, and this will help you to test the viability of the courses that you're going to be putting on. The first thing you need to do is to have a look at the briefing paper, because that will give you an idea of the courses that the management team have approved. You can obviously put other courses on if you have some fantastic ideas, but please, if you could let me know so I can make sure that I've got a good idea in terms of project management, what's happening. Okay, in order to fill this in and test the viability, you're going to need to do a search on LARA. That's the New Learning Aims database. And to help you, I've put a link to LARA just on the top left here. So the first thing to do is click on LARA, and it should open the internet for you. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to do a search for creative media production, because I know that that's one of the courses that I actually want to put in. Okay. So here are all the creative media production courses listed on LARA, and just for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to look at the first one here, the level 1. Let's assume that that's the qualification I want to run for the additional 16 to 18 year olds, one of them. You've got the learning aim reference, and I'm going to highlight and copy that so that I can put it into the spreadsheet later on. And let's have a look at the values when we click on the learning aim title. Okay, here we've got all the details here. I'm going to scroll down, and I can see here's the information for 16 to 18 year old learner responsive, and you can see here that the new start is, last date for new start is 2013 December, so we're okay. And the value, the guided learning value, is 145 guided learning hours, so that's important to remember. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet now, and I'm going to put in the LARA aim code by pasting it in there. So that's in. The aim title, again, I can go back. We need the exact aim title here, so I'm going to go back to my page, and the aim title is at the top here. And I'm going to copy and paste that. Go back to my spreadsheet and put in the exact aim title. It's really quite important. And the proposed course title in here, now that's whatever you want it to be. What do you think is going to attract the 16 to 18 year olds? Well, I'm going to call this radio station for the purposes of this exercise. I'm sure I can think of a better title later on. I'll just simply type that in. Now, it was a level 1 qualification. Okay, these boxes here, these columns here, are for you to state how much staffing resource you're going to be using for the total of this course. So the first one, total PN guided learning hours used. Let's say that I'm going to use 40. Let's say I'm going to use 40 protocol national guided learning hours, and I've thought about that, and you can see that we're starting to get some costings popping up in here. Contracted staff, let's say I'm going to be using 100. Total assessor hours, well, I'm not going to be using any assessor hours at all. Now, how many students am I going to target? Well, for the purposes of this exercise, let's put 15 in. Am I going to charge them anything for materials? No, because we really do want to attract, we don't want to put anybody off with costs. LARA guided learning hours, now that was 140, wasn't it? So put that in, and you can see that that actually works out the SLN for you. Any other payments from anywhere? No. Okay, so we can see already, if you have a look at column Y, there's a contribution percentage there, and we're looking for around about 50% being healthy. Okay, so anything below that, we might need to adjust the variables, perhaps, you know, sort of take up the student numbers or lower them. Actually, could I get away with 14 students? Yeah, just about get away with 14 students there. Okay, at the further end of the spreadsheet, you've got notes on marketing needs that you can put in, USP needs, so that's really to do with what incentives you're going to be giving to the students, so things like the driving theory test or childcare, and notes on timetabling in here. If we go back to column W and column X, you can see that it all automatically works out budgets for the USP and for marketing as well. Now that's so that we can work out how much overall budget we're going to spend on making sure that these students come with a free driving theory test, etc. Okay, let's put something else in, just anything. I'm going to put some nonsense in here. Obviously, you know, we put the right stuff in when we go along, but I just want to show you how it works everything out in totality. Let's say I'm going to put 10 in there. Let's say I'm going to put 200 in there. 10 students. I'm not going to charge them anything. Let's say it's 210 guided learning hours. That works out the SLN for you. Let's say that there's no other payments, and you can see here actually it's giving you a red flag that the contribution isn't very good. So this course is not really going to be bringing very much money in at all. So we might need to adjust our variables here. And let's see what happens if we make that 15. That's a bit better. So 15's okay. Let's make it 13. Yeah, it's just about. Some will be a little bit below, some will be a little bit above, but it's the overall that you are looking for. So let's go and have a look at overall, and that's in this totals tab down here. And you can see that so far the total student numbers you've got are 27, so we know we need more because each directorate needs between 50 and 60. The total USP budget here for your unique selling points or your incentives, nearly 2,500. Marketing budget so far nearly 350,000, and overall your contribution is just about right, 49.7, so it's just a shade under 50%, which is good. So as you go along, you can just see overall how things are shaping up. When you have completed this and you've got your total targeted numbers, you'll be coming along to a panel to discuss the courses that you're putting on, and they will approve or tell you to amend. So that's how this is going to work. Okay, and that's enough from me. If you need any more help with this, please just let me know. Thanks very much.